Hello everyone, my name is Charlotte Brooke. I am 27 years old from London and I am Miss Eco United Kingdom. And I'm going to tell you the truth about this beauty queen.
Hello, I am Molly Marie Buckley. I'm the current Miss Intercontinental Wales, and today I'm going to tell you the truth about this beauty queen.
Welcome to Pageant Land, the UK's premier podcast for all things pageantry, with your host Jessica Barkley. Here you'll find guest experts, past, present and future queens, plus my own personal insights into what it's like to follow your pageantry dreams. So whether you're hitting the stage for the first time, looking to up your game, or even after some inspiration to follow your own dreams, I hope you will find something here for you. I'll ask the questions you're too embarrassed to and get real about the highs and lows of pageantry. If you enjoy this episode, please give us a share on social and pop me a review on iTunes. Now strap on those heels and let's get into it because we have a lot to cover.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode. Thank you so much for joining me today. I feel a little bit mean that I'm making everyone come in on this beautiful sunny day and sit in front of a camera. And then I haven't got coronavirus. Everyone panics and you feel terrible. Like I've had lunch.
Weird time, isn't it?
Yeah, it was funny because I run every morning. It's my one bit of outside time, and I always cough for like the first kilometre of any run, and I'm like trying to hold it in. Like I need a sign that says I just cough when I run. I'm not ill, I promise.
Yeah, no, I've got hay fever, so for me it's an issue at the moment as well.
I had the first year, I never used to get hay fever, and the first year after my daughter was born, I kept getting hay fever, and then I was taking all the hay fever meds, which make you really sleepy, which is not very handy when you're trying to look after a newborn. I mean, it's never handy, obviously, but trying to stay awake to look after her and deal with hay fever tablets. But it seems to be, it was literally that one summer. So I'm
Weird.
come back. Yeah, it's just like one summer that disagreed with me. So let's get into it because we're doing these fairly rapid fire. Question one: how long have you been competing in pageants?
I have been competing since I was 21, and it's my 28th birthday today. So thank you. So yeah, just about 7 years now.
Wow. And what's been your favourite, what is your favourite part of competing?
Well, it depends if we're talking about national or international, because for me, nothing beats an international pageant. I'm meeting like new friends. For me, that is the best thing. And I actually have friends that I met 6 years ago who I've just spent a week with in Australia, on holiday. So they are friendships that last a lifetime. And for me, there's nothing better than like meeting girls who you just fall in love with, really.
Yeah, I never really got what it meant to have I've had one or two like close friendships, and I was always missed that sort of two people sort of type thing, but that to have that bigger group of friends was just something I never understood till pageantry. It's definitely one of my favorite bits is the community side of things. Question 3: how would you describe your on-stage style?
I would probably say sassy. I mean, I hope so anyway. I hope so, because I've been modeling runways since I was like 13, 14. So when you do that style of modeling, you have to be very rigid, no personality. Like almost if there's any personality, they don't want you in the show. So when I started pageantry, that's how I walked, and everyone was like, no, you need to bring it. So I got like a bit of a boot camp from some of these girls, and they were like, just be sassy, like RuPaul, do the kind of the drag. And I've met drag queens and I've asked them to help me walk because they just have that energy, and that's what you need on stage. So that's kind of what I go for.
Amazing. And how would you describe your offstage clothing personal style? Like, how do you dress when you're not in the pageant spotlight?
Nothing like this. I am very androgynous, I would say, in my sort of everyday style. Crop tops, tracky pants, and trainers, and no makeup, scruffy hair. I'm really not put together unless I'm doing pageants, but I just like to be very natural and very comfortable, you know. So
So you're like very lockdown friendly.
yeah.
Is
Yeah,
that
oh yeah, I haven't had thing to thing.
like people are like, oh yeah, I'm just embracing lockdown hair, and I was like, I've been embracing lockdown hair for years. Like, washed hair is great.
Yeah.
The videos, I'm actually being part of one, which I just find hilarious, where they show like your normal
brush.
and then you brush the camera, and then you're like all glammed up afterwards. And
Yeah.
I need they should do that a shampoo bottle one. So like my hair literally gets to the point where a ponytail will stay up without a hair toggle before I'll wash it. Because of the gym workouts and hairspray, and I'm like, it's dusty, it's got spray on it, and just like scrape it up again, it's fine. And then do the bottle over the camera, and then it'd be like, please.
Yeah. Nice.
Much better. Question number 5. What's your morning routine like?
Oh my gosh. I wake up and I go for either a walk or a cycle, because my coach has me on a training plan where I've got to do 20 minutes of fasted cardio as soon as I wake up, and then I come home, have a quick shower, and I'll eat breakfast. It's not anything particularly interesting, and then usually I'll either read or I'll clean, because I at the moment can't do any work because modeling is off the table. So yeah, I'm just trying to find things to do.
TikTok, apparently.
Yes, yeah, I've just started TikTok, so
it's really fun. I haven't got the patience for like the editing within on my phone and get it the same. And I can edit on my computer, but I have to rotate all the videos, edit it sideways, and then bring it back to thingy. And I have not got the patience. So you get odd TikToks that are barely edited from me, and that's it. That's my content. But my kid loves doing it.
I didn't even know. Yeah, I didn't even know that you could edit them, and I've just been doing like one-shot TikToks. Yeah. And my friend messaged me and was like, "Why are you not doing it like this?" So you know, I'm having to learn how to do that.
There's loads of YouTube videos about it, like how you edit them together. And I started watching a couple. I'm like, I've not got the energy. Question 6. How do you like to stay healthy?
Oh, okay. I'm really into my health and fitness, actually. So I have a vegetarian, predominantly vegan, but you know, every now and then a little bit of chocolate, a little bit of cheese. But I do want to go back to being full vegan. And I believe that just cutting out meat and dairy does a lot for your body in terms of health. I work out every day, and that isn't necessarily to say like weights every day, but I'll always at least go for a walk. So I am active every day. But I do like rock climbing, ice skating, swimming, cycling. I do everything. And I meditate as well, like regularly, which it's just as important to keep your mind healthy. And, you know, especially in a time like this when everyone is kind of suffering with being locked in, and it can get a lot. So yeah, I'm meditating a lot more now, but just, you know, sometimes only 5 minutes, but it really helps. So yeah, just a mixture of everything.
Awesome. I can feel all of that. So we are predominantly vegan. My partner's joining in with it more, mainly because I'm not putting meat on the plate at dinner time, so he doesn't really get a choice. And every now and again he's like, no, I kind of really fancy a burger, and he'll order some meat in and things. But it's sort of very few and far between. And I've definitely been loving the vegan baking in lockdown. There's been a lot. We tried
Yeah.
tofu last night and it didn't go very well. I think it was in the it was the chef. The chef mucked it up.
Yeah.
I did not do a good job of the tofu. We will practice that one.
Tofu is really difficult to make it good. It just is.
You make it look so easy on Instagram and YouTube, and my cakes and stuff have been brilliant. I've learned like really some of the best baking I've done has been vegan baking, and I couldn't cook some tofu. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Not sure I'll even bother again. Number 7, what's been the biggest lesson you've learned from pageantry?
Biggest lesson. I think for me, probably the biggest lesson I've learned is how to pick an advocacy and with it, because you do a lot of pageants and there's always a lot of charity involvement, but throughout, for the last sort of 3 years, I've always had my own advocacy as well. So you'll raise money for a charity that the pageant decides, and then often you're allowed to raise one that means something to you as well. So I didn't really understand when I was just starting out how to sort of pick a pageant that meant something to me, and like in a true way, you know, because I care about everything. I don't want kids or animals or anyone to be in harm's way. So I struggled, but when I found one that spoke to me properly in 2017, actually, when I was doing Miss Earth, for me, that's kind of helped me develop almost my brand, what I want to do with my future. Yeah. So it's helped me have a direction, which is a really amazing thing.
Oh, I love that. And so what's the biggest goal you'd like to achieve with your lifetime? So it can be pageant related or otherwise, but the biggest goal that you've got.
Yeah. Actually, it came from when I was doing Miss Earth in 2017. That is obviously a pageant that is all about saving the environment or helping the environment. And now Miss Eco, the one I'm in, also is about the environment and how we can be better and look after the planet better. And so for the last 2.5, 3 years, I've been developing a business. And it was going to kick off this year, but, you know, it's been a little bit pushed back, but that's fine. Like, these things happen. So I'm starting an eco-friendly clothing company, but I want to change the way people look at fashion, because throwaway fashion is the second largest contributor to greenhouse gases and like climate change. And I love fashion. I cannot give fashion up, but there must be a way that we can do it without killing the planet. Yeah. So I'm starting the business. I'm going to open a chain of secondhand stores that we rebrand, so it's not like thrift shopping, which is kind of not cool, but we're going to make it sexy in a way that everyone's going to be like, yeah, I don't need £1,000 dress for one night. I can rent it. That kind of thing, you know. Even in pageantry, I have so many gowns. I've spent so much money and I can't wear them again. Mm-hmm. So if I could rent them out and other girls could wear these amazing, you know, gowns for the night, then I feel like we could all just enjoy it more, you know. And then lastly, which is a new development that my investor and me have spoken about in the last few months, is to create a school where people can properly learn about fashion and how to be eco in fashion, but still business and like successful in business, because you can't be eco-friendly and not successful. You need money, because at the moment there's not a lot of research done around eco fashion sustainability. So my investor is saying, if we have a school, people can come here and we can teach them the best ways that they do it, and we'll get all these experts in and we'll put money into research and development. And that's probably a few years off, but this is like, for me, the ultimate goal, to educate, you know, educate people who care, educate people who want to make a difference, you know, give them an opportunity to make that difference.
That's brilliant. Oh, I definitely need to get you involved with my cat. So I do I lightly did it last year, but didn't really, sort of a last minute decision to do it as part of my Galaxy journey last time. My hashtag care what you consume. And it's it's going to be a much bigger part of my journey to the 2021 finals. So we're definitely going to have to get you like involved in promoting these new stores and things through that. I think that would be absolutely brilliant. The main reasons we went vegan was the environmental impact side. I was very into my recycling. We go to a refill larder. We get our fruit and veg from a veg man. My invoice from the veg man is Jess, no plastic. And he'll have, he takes all the strawberry punnets and stuff, he takes back to the farms and things, so, and they get sterilised and reissued, particularly sterilised at the moment. That I was doing all of that, and then actually I could make so much more impact not recycling and do it. I still recycle, but cutting the meat out and then cutting the animal products out, and then obviously I've done more research into it and the health benefits have really helped. So I'd like 3 days noticed the improvement in my training and like how I physically felt, and noticed the nose.
It's crazy the difference that you feel when you give up dairy.
So much. Like the couple of days after Galaxy, I was eating meat. I can't remember if I ate meat or but I was definitely having animal products again. It wasn't going to be a permanent thing. It was a couple of days while you're in a hotel life, and I hadn't bought enough microwaved I took my microwave to Galaxy.
Oh my God.
But I hadn't taken enough like food containers for the whole for a toddler and me is hard enough. So I had cheese and I had these foods and it just did not feel good. Like just the energy levels disappeared, and it's just not. It's funny, isn't it, how people will so quickly go to medication but not look at what it is they're putting in their bodies that could also be causing the problem, and that is adding to the issues. We'd much rather go to hospital and be treated than stop eating a certain substance. It's really weird. Humans are weird.
No, it's crazy. It is crazy. We're just so used to saying this is okay, I should be eating this and it's normal. But when I say that I don't want to eat meat or dairy, people are like, oh, it's a bit extreme, no? Like, what do you even eat? And I'm like, plenty. There is so much food.
I am eating constantly. Like, I probably said the big thing because I've been vegan before, like years ago, but more so I was vegetarian and the boy I fancied was vegan, as opposed to I knew what I was doing, or had any ethical backing towards it. I was ethical enough to be vegetarian but not to be vegan. And I think then because of the fitness community, you're very much chicken and eggs to get your protein, and I've dropped protein powders and everything. I don't have any of that. Even I was on vegan protein powder, but I stopped even that because I'm like, well, this is really processed. My body doesn't like it, and like if anyone's ever started like normal protein powder, the wind that you get,
oh my God, it's terrible.
It's easy, and you're like, how can that be? How can this be health, part of the fitness industry? The fitness industry and the health industry are two different industries, and then the health and fitness industry is like in the middle. But absolutely crazy. And sorry, I'm not very good at these fast, quick fire questions. What's the 3 words that your friends and family would use to describe you?
Okay, 3. See, I always struggle and I always have to ask them, because it's always hard trying to think of how other people think of you. But everyone says that I'm kind and generous, but I kind of think that they're one thing, one and the same, really. So kind and generous, funny, because I will happily make fun of myself, but I'm very sarcastic, which again you have to turn off a little bit for pageantry, and I find that very difficult. But then every pageant girl I meet is also sarcastic, so I really think we should just be allowed to
embrace
to do it.
Sarcastic. We should just be sarcastic.
And then last one, probably intelligent. I quite pride myself on the fact that yes, I work on my physical appearance, but I'm constantly reading, researching, finding new topics to look into, and I'm fascinated by psychology and like the mind and the human brain. So I do a lot of reading on like science stuff. So yeah.
I've just started the Why We Sleep book, which is a lot of science, the lighter side of science. I've heard so many references, and I really look after my sleep anyway. But I kind of like, right, I'm ready to take this to the next level. Did it? There's a Facebook group with
Yeah.
girls in doing their Amazon wish lists. And it was something that I'd purchased for someone else, and I was like, oh, I quite fancy having this one, so I put it on my wish list and someone got it for me. So it's really nice that I'm also reading it. I like that too.
Yeah.
I've lost my place now. What's your favourite post-pageant treat meal?
Oh, pizza every time without fail. As soon as the pageant is done, I order a pizza with gherkins on it.
And you can get even before I went vegan, my favourite pizza from the pizza takeaway place near us is their vegan pizza. I used to get goat cheese on it before I was vegan, so I'd have their vegan pizza with goat cheese. But which I always thought was weird, but it had the best combination of like toppings on it.
Of everything else, yeah. Oh yeah.
It's also the fact you can eat it with your hands. It just makes life so much easier. There's no cutlery, you can eat it out of the box. Like, it's the ultimate lazy dinner. It's brilliant.
You can get it at like 1 a.m. after the pageant's finished. Just order that pizza and take it to your room. That is what I do.
Happy times. If you could be remembered for just one thing as a title holder, what would you like it to be?
Difficult question. Probably, I don't know how to put it into words. The mark that I want to leave for being more towards eco-inclined.
Yeah.
I didn't word that very well. Altruism, maybe that's the word.
Well, there's a word that's ecological, but that means something else.
No, yeah. I think that you meet a lot of amazing women. Maybe, yeah. I mean, you meet a lot of amazing women, and everyone has goals and everyone has aspirations. But the one thing I know people already remember about me is the fact that everywhere I go, I will talk about the environment, and not in a judgy way ever. But I will just say, oh my God, I found this amazing thing out, and we can replace this with this, and we can do this to help that. Yeah. And a year later, I'll get a message from a girl I did a pageant with in Jamaica, and she'll just say, you know what, since I met you, I've stopped eating meat. I've stopped doing this. And I just think like it's such a wonderful thing. And so I like that. And I know that people already think of me in that way as like the eco one of the group.
Yeah.
Or the one who's always trying to get people to see another way of doing something. Yeah. I didn't word it very well, but you can kind of get what I mean.
It's like I love trying to make things more eco-friendly in the same way that I like trying to make my time more efficient, and I like making my food healthier. I love the research process as well, behind each of those kind of things as well. And I think that's where we can all make a massive change in the world, is be more willing to go and find the information, because you leave school and you're like, I don't want to learn anything anymore, I'm done with the learning. And actually learning's really fun.
I've always loved learning. I've always been a big fan. I loved school. I loved the learning in school, you know, and I studied things outside of school. I didn't do university, but I did like short courses online, and I did a course in yoga, and I did a course in fashion and business, and all sorts.
Yeah, very similar in that aspect. The controversial question, if you could change one thing about the pageant industry in the UK, what would it be?
I mean, when I read that, the first thing that came to my head is I wish they were longer, because they're typically a day or 2 days. And for me, the thing that's missing with the UK pageants is you don't get to bond with the other girls that much. You know, you meet them maybe once beforehand at registration or an interview or something, but you don't really get to do that proper team building thing. So I think that a lot of girls who maybe just do 1 or 2 pageants, who do it to build their confidence, they don't get to experience the sisterhood in the same way that you would in an international pageant, which for me is what brings me out of my shell. It's the other girls, you know, and their confidence and their fun and zest for life. So if we could do slightly longer pageants, because I know in the Philippines, like, they do a lot more for their national ones. So if we could do like a week-long thing, or I don't know, that for me would be great.
It's like for Galaxy, so I competed on the Friday and I went up on the Wednesday. It was quite late on the Wednesday because I had to work in the afternoon, but it meant I was there for like the workshop on the Thursday and and things, and then Saturday and Sunday I was doing podcast interviews in the lounge. But there was still like more, even just missed getting around to sitting down and chatting to people. Literally I was dashing people like, why are you running around everywhere? You finished competing. And I was like, I just got so many people I want to catch up with. I've got people I want to book interviews with, and there were people I was chatting to, and we had a great idea for interviews, and I didn't even have time to write it down, and I'd forgotten what it was I wanted to interview them about, which just gets a bit ridiculous. But never mind. There's there's like never enough time to do all the things that you want to do in the weekend. I mean, I was lucky my partner came with the toddler, so although I still got to hang out with her and him, he could take her so that I could do all my pageant related things as well. But I'd like to see like more longer pageants. I like that one. What would you like, can't speak, what would you like to make the world a better place? What would you like to, I've read that completely wrong. How would you like, so dyslexic, my question as well, how would you like to make the world a better place?
This already ties in with what we spoke about earlier with my business. I just think that if we can make education more accessible to people, but good education and free if possible, to everyone who wants to learn, then that's going to be like a big impact. So I want to make the world a better place by helping teach people. It's probably a short answer, but
no, we like short answers because I've run this one on quite a long time. We just have a lot in common. I keep wanting to talk to you more. What are you most looking forward to about internationals?
Well, meeting the girls, obviously, but just every time I do an international pageant, I'm in a new country. I get to meet all these amazing people, and not just the girls competing, but the people involved in pageantry, sponsors as well. You know, everyone has a story, and I love the passion that comes along with everyone who's involved. Like, that's going to be so much fun. And my coming up pageant, as soon as it happens, is going to be in Egypt. And you know, there's going to be things like seeing the pyramids. So how amazing is that I can go to another country as amazing as Egypt and go and walk around the pyramids? It's just phenomenal. So
so exciting. And last question, how can we find you on social media?
Okay, so my Instagram is /Charlotte Brooke, and Brooke has an E, and that's also my TikTok, if that's going to be a new thing. It's the same. Those are really the only two that I use. My Facebook is private, so probably just Instagram or TikTok if you want to see me make a fool of myself.
Amazing. Well, I will make sure that all those links are shared in the show notes if you're listening to this episode, or in the video description if you are watching this episode on YouTube or somewhere else, wherever it ends up being posted. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'll let you stick your head out the window and enjoy a little bit of sunshine before it disappears. I feel like there will be lots more that we need to get involved with together, because we're on the same way. So
sure.
Thank you for joining me today. I value and appreciate your time so much. It's wonderful you've given some of it to this episode. please rock on over to our Facebook or Instagram and share your thoughts, and I would love you to give this episode a share while you're there. For any specific links, check the show notes or rock on over to our website, pageantlandpodcast.com, for more information about the podcast or how you can be a guest on a future episode. Have an amazing day, and remember, you sparkle your brightest when you're being yourself. See you soon.